Go.
Okay, so my name is Kyle Hancock, and we're going to do some credit education and travel hacking. I'm no complete expert, but I've been utilizing credit since I was like 18 years old. My first credit card had a $300 limit, took that to college, and started racking up points and put myself into very difficult situations because of that. Some hairy situations. I used to front my fraternity, spend all the money for the mixers and parties on my credit card, and then hopefully get the cash later from the president. And it worked out pretty good, but one time the president, he stored all the money in his sock drawer in his apartment, and it got broken into, and thousands of dollars were missing. So kind of a unique situation there, but other than that, it was basically, I discovered, using credit cards for points. So we'll go over some basic stuff and then the best way to utilize your points.
Let's do this.
Okay.
Why do we have this slide up?
So basically America credit system is totally different than any other country in the world. Like, America has the best credit program. So other countries don't have access to these type of banks and funds and offers from the credit card banks. So this is only for America. I just want to stipulate that. And these are the three credit bureaus: Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, which report on your credit. It's not government run, so everybody should know about that. Okay, so next slide, we are going to go into three alternative credit bureaus, and these are ones that are just like third parties. They go through an algorithm like robots, and whenever they're pulling credit, so you actually don't need these, and I would recommend freezing. And by the way, none of this is financial advice. Okay, just gotta stipulate that. None of this is financial advice. This is just from my experience. So we have three alternative credit bureaus, and you should freeze these: ARS, Advanced Resolution Services, LexisNexis, and Innovis. And I have the links to the websites. I have them, and I will give them to you, but you can actually just Google them, and they should pop up, okay?
No.
Any questions on that?
Oh yeah, you're doggone right. We got a question on that, Kyle.
Okay.
Let me ask you this. So ARS/Advanced Resolution Services, who in the world uses these three services?
That's the thing. Nobody does, but they are tied to your credit. So there could be, like, each bank uses a different algorithm, and they could go into these. And if you have like somehow a collection that you had removed from Experian, but didn't remove it from one of these, it could still stick on there. And when they go through, they could automatically decline you for credit. It's not a high likely situation, but it's just best, what I'm saying, it's easy to freeze these, and you should probably do that, because they won't help you to get a credit card. They'll only hurt you, okay? If that makes sense.
That does, it does. And when you say freeze them, what does it actually look like to freeze them?
You just go on the website, and it'll be clearly on there.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'll send you the links to the actual website. Yeah. On the homepage, it'll say freeze your credit profile.
Cool.
Maybe in different type of language, but it's easy to find. Right. And it only takes a few minutes for each one. So a lot of people don't know about freezing these bureaus, and it can only help, it can only hurt you to have these unlocked.
Yeah.
Okay. But you do need the other ones unlocked. The Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, so that if you're trying to get credit, business credit, you can actually get that obtained.
Sweet.
Because they do need to see that. So. Okay. Key factors that make up a FICO score, and this is the most accurate FICO score is going to be directly on the three bureaus, whether it's Experian.com, TransUnion, or Equifax. It's not Credit Karma. That's not very accurate, okay?
Yeah.
Any question on that? You thought Credit Karma was the most accurate?
No. I think Credit Karma, they're delayed.
They're delayed, yes, exactly.
Stuff like that.
Yep.
They're doing their best, right?
Yeah.
And ultimately, they want to sell you stuff.
But yeah, you definitely want to go to the bureau, Experian.com and so forth, and find out exactly what your FICO score is before you start trying to obtain credit or higher limits. So we'll go through that. The key factors that make up a FICO score, main one is payment history. It's 35%. So that's any late payments, making sure your payments are all on time. If you have these on the report, you want to try to get it off as soon as possible. Either contact the bank, like, Amex or Chase, and try to have it removed one way or another. Even if it is, sometimes in Goodwill, they will give you they'll take it off.
Yeah, Goodwill, right?
Goodwill, sometimes. They might not, but they might. Otherwise, they're going to be on your credit report for like 5 years. Late payments.
So what do we have here? It says payment history, 35%.
Of your total FICO score. That's, yes.
Okay, so don't miss a freaking payment.
Don't make late payments, don't miss a payment. That's pretty much.
What are some implementations that you have to make sure that you never miss a payment?
I have exactly, good question. I have all my credit cards on scheduled draft.
Auto-pay?
Yeah.
Auto-pay.
On auto pay on a scheduled draft. Before the payment due date.
Yep.
Yep.
Are they all, do they all get paid off the same day?
You mean different credit cards?
All credit cards have a bill date of the first of the month?
No.
No, right?
No. Mine is actually usually on the 12th, or I think one of them's on the 17th. So it can be different. Yeah.
See, that's good to know.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
And I actually have my scheduled for auto draft, I think, 14 days before the payment is due. So it usually should report always on Experian without having those, because otherwise you could have a time lapse of like 2 weeks where they report to Experian that has a balance. And we'll go for the next one is for that reason, accounts owed. So utilization is 30%. So that's like if you have $100,000 in total credit and you have $10,000 balance on one of them, you're utilizing 10% of your credit, and they want to see under 10% utilization as a general rule. So if you have a card maxed out, say you have a $30,000 limit and it's got $20,000 balance and you're having trouble paying that off, you're using 63% of your utilization for just that card, of course. But the banks look at that as a potential problem. Okay, so you want to have it under 10% utilization to have the best benefit on your FICO score and for funding. Okay, so again, that's the total debt you owe across all accounts, focusing on credit utilization. How much of your available credit you are using and keeping it below 30% is ideal, but really 10% is definitely the most ideal. 30%, above 30%, it's actually going to hurt your FICO score considerably, maybe like 20 to 50 points if you have over 30% carrying balances month to month, okay? So try to keep that low. The next factor is length of credit history. So whether you started with, like me, when I was 17 or 18 with a credit card, that's 15% of your score. Pretty self-explanatory there. You can, and also for young people, it's possible to add them as a user on, say, your grandmother's or parents' card and not use that card, and that will help build your credit. So if you're young or you have bad credit, you can add as a verified user to someone with good credit, and that will up your credit score a little bit.
Is there any age limit? If you're a newborn baby with a Social Security card, can somebody put you on somebody else's credit?
No, I think you have to be 16.
16?
I think 16, yeah. I could be wrong, but last time I checked it was 16, so we'll go based on that. So that's 15%. New credit, these are basically inquiries. Again, if they do a hard pull on your credit, that's about 10%. So you want to keep that at a minimum, maybe 1 or 2 a year. But when you're doing like what I'll go over later is like credit card stacking, like getting multiple ones at the same time. If you say you want to do a real estate deal or Airbnb, and you found a property and you need to furnish it with a bunch of furniture, this is how business credit is utilized with 0%. You can buy all that furniture, put it in the place, and have a year at 0% to pay it off, right? While you're collecting rent, hopefully, and hopefully nothing goes haywire or off the rails with that deal. Yeah. But you'll have the money coming in as opposed to paying interest for a year. You can get these cards at 0% for 12 to 16 months, sometimes 18 months, but we'll go over that. And then credit mix is pretty self-explanatory. It means like having a car loan, personal loan, business loan, and credit cards together, and showing the banks that you can actually handle that type of stuff and pay it off. So that's 10%. So again, the biggest one is payment history. and utilization, and then lowest ones are going to be the new credit, the inquiries. And to get inquiry removed, you have to like call up Experian and probably talk to some type of manager and say it was fraud. So if you don't get I have letters that you can send to have them removed. You would just have to contact me or Greg for those, and I can send you like a template. Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. So now we're going to talk about business credit and why it's important. So let's go over this one. So before you start scaling business credit, you should probably have at least $50K in available personal credit, because to get business credit, they do look at your personal credit, okay?
So well, hold on a minute. So have personal credit $50,000. What does that mean? Is that $50,000?
Yeah, $50,000.
So have cash.
On limits on credit cards.
Limits.
Yeah.
Ah,
You want 50K available?
Available, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Available.
Or more, yeah.
And then go into
And then go get into the business side.
Okay.
And you're gonna need okay. So obviously we're all adults. We should all be separate entities and have an LLC or S Corp, even if you don't have a legitimate business. You can find some way to use this to your benefit. Do you have, I assume you do.
I got a bunch of them.
Yeah, you have a bunch of them, yeah. Okay, so I have two myself. I don't necessarily have a brick and mortar business, but I run through my gigs and my stuff. Sorry, I should turn that off. And stuff with my S Corp, and I have an LLC. So, and then I scale up my business credit cards with that. So, business credit is important because it separates the business and personal credit. So, the business card, say you mess up your business, yeah, you're going to go into bankruptcy, but it's not necessarily going to affect your personal side if you mess up on these business credit cards. Larger financing opportunities, they're going to have higher limits, and also basically better offers, like 0% interest, like I said, for 12 to 18 months, rewards, points, bonuses, and you can check up on those. The best banks to do business, in my opinion, are Amex and Chase, is to have relationships with Amex and Chase.
How do you create a relationship with these two businesses?
It takes time, and on the next slide, I'm going to go over that. I would suggest you get a business relationship manager.
Yeah.
That's somebody that works with the bank and business owners and will like manually put your application in
Well, that's good.
with their bank, and that should get you a higher limit. Okay? So a business relationship manager.
So walk me through the steps, okay? 50K in available credit for your personal. Then go ahead and open up the S Corp / LLC. Then open up the business banking, right? Before you do that, do it with a business relationship manager.
Yes.
That way they're part of the very first step ever,
Mm-hmm.
and that's kind of a segue into anything else you might need.
Yes.
Okay. Great.
That will help you get higher limits and develop a better relationship with the banks, as opposed to just putting the application in online yourself, like I said.
That's great.
So they'll take all your information, they'll tell you, hey, how much do you make, and they will put that in. And but for most of this, you don't have to prove any of this. You can say your business is making $150,000 a year, and very seldom they're going to ask for proof, like, the numbers, like your tax returns and stuff for credit cards. For loans, they will, and I just found that out. I just did a loan, and I'm not getting approved for a SBA loan for a very high amount. I thought I was going to get it, but they said you don't make enough for an SBA loan. And SBA loans are like low percent, like 100K at like 5%. They're just giving you cash with no collateral, but that's different.
Are you going to cover those in this, or is that?
I can. There's not much to cover besides that's what it is. You mean actual like personal loans and business loans?
Well, you mentioned that you're trying to get a high dollar amount SBA loan. High is kind of a relative term, so what would be a more easy to obtain SBA loan where they would like probably just give it to you?
I think under 20,000.
Okay.
which is nothing. You really want to, if you're going to go for a business loan, they want to give you the money. They want to give you the higher amounts too. They don't really want to go back and forth with someone trying to get like $5,000 or $10,000. You know, if you need that, you might as well get a credit card, and then you can liquidate credit cards. It's not exactly, I guess, what do you call it? It's not within the rules, but you can find, you know, someone with a Stripe account or a swipe machine, and they'll just charge you the fee. Might be like, the fee is usually, what, 3%, and then they'll just charge you another 3 or 5%. You can get it for like under 8%. If you want to liquidate a credit card and get cash to make a cash purchase on something, you know, like a real estate deal, or you have a store and you need inventory or something like that. Okay?
Yeah, that's good.
So yeah, good job, Greg. Getting a relationship manager, that's key. Okay? Good with that? All right. So these are let me go through let's go through this slide. Websites that show so to get the best value per point, we're going to go through this equation. Okay. Credit card points calculation, and this is the cost per point, okay? Yeah. Cents per point, okay? So say you want to buy something, the cash value is $100, whether it's a flight or whatever, but mainly credit cards, the best value is always going to be travel, by the way. I know you can have options to cover your charges or get cash back, but that's very low CCP, and it's going to be like 0.5 compared to where you want to be to get the really decent value for your points is around 1. Sometimes you can get like 2 or 3 cents per point, okay? So the equation is the cost of whatever it is you want to buy, a flight to Brazil, whatever you want to do for an example, divided by the points it costs, and then times that by 100. And that'll come up to, you know, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8. Real good stuff, it'll come up above 1, okay? Like if you look up on the travel partners for Amex, sometimes, you know, you can get a flight with British Airways, which is a partner of American Airlines, for like two cost per points on that sometimes.
Why are we multiplying by 100?
Because it would be like a 0.005 or something.
$100 divided by 10,000.
The points, and then you're going to multiply it by, because there's 100 cents in a dollar.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got it.
You got it? Okay. So yeah, anything you want to put, like say a flight's $500 and the travel partner's point says it's going to cost you 55,000 points. You're going to divide that and then multiply that by 100, and that's going to come out to your cost per point. And you want that to be at least 1 to get the best value for your points. And in all cases, it's going to be travel. Okay, that's how credit card that's how that works.
Right.
Okay, websites to find that show the best value for your point, and there's multiple of them, but these are probably the best ones that maybe you've heard of.
Yeah.
Point.me, Seats.aero, thepointsguy.com, uscreditcardguide.com. This also shows the best time on a graph for the cards based on the historical of what their offer has been, okay?
Yeah, that's really good.
Okay.
Is there any one that you prefer over another?
I mean, the best one is probably thepointsguy.com, but to get the real like details of it, it's a subscription, I think, like $50 a month or something. So
Which, if you are strategic, that $50 a month would,
yeah.
with the points.
But I'm also in some like paid travel hacking groups, like on Discord and stuff, and I could just put it like, hey, put a question in there like, hey, what's the best option for 50,000 Amex points right now, and they'll reply back like Avios or British Airways or Emirates if you want to go to Dubai or something. Emirates has one-way direct flights to Dubai from Dallas. So I was looking at doing. I'm going to Dubai on October 6th, and I was looking at doing the Emirates. But it really wasn't that good of a deal compared to the cash bonus thing, and I didn't want to it was like the same thing for some reason this time of year, whatever it was. But yeah, Emirates has if you want to fly business class, you could get like a $6,000 flight for maybe, $2,000 plus the fees. But you just got to look at it at the right time of year and do the equation.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Hey,
okay.
wait. Did you cover the underscore? The parentheses? It says.
Yeah. So this one, like I said, is going to show you a graph of the time to apply for the card based on history, okay?
Yeah.
And bonus offers of that card.
Love that.
Like they go back 20 years or 10 years or whatever, whenever this point stuff started happening, like 15.
It's almost like knowing when the gyms give you the best discounts. 'Cause
Sure,
every
yeah,
time-
historical data.
Yeah, that's good.
It'll have like a graph, like, like you'll see it clearly, like it'll go off historical data, like I said. Okay, so when you have your business opened and you want to start getting business cards, like I said, I think Amex and Chase are probably the best ones to start with. Their two Inc. cards that I start with are these two, Inc. Business Unlimited and Inc. Business Cash. They are both 0% for 12 months. See, right here? I just did this like the other day, 12 months. Sometimes you can get 18 months.
I'll have that up.
Sometimes.
I have that top one.
Unlimited?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Yeah. So those two are the first ones to start with on the Chase side, and then Amex side. I like the Plum card. That one always has 2 months no interest, always. There was not a 0% for 12 months on the Plum card, and it does have a fee of $250. So this is another hack. So if you have a card with an annual fee, like say $250, like the gold card or platinum card, you can call them up and have that limit decreased on that card, and thus there's a formula. If it's not above so much, they can't charge you the annual fee for that year. Okay, I've never done it. I'm like, no, I don't care about $100, $200 that much to go make phone calls for 30 minutes with a possibility of them saying no, but you can do it. And then the other one I think is pretty good is Business Plus card, and then there's a blue Business Cash card, and those I have all of those, and they were all 0%. There's 0% annual fee and 0% interest for like 12 or 18 months, and they have good points. Okay.
That's awesome.
So, like I said, the best way to utilize your points is to do travel, and the best way to do that is going to be to transfer to a partner, okay? So this is like what the Amex portal looks like. You go to press earn and redeem, and then you're going to transfer points, okay? So this is the redeem for travel is going to be the Amex portal. Transfer points is in the partners portal, okay? So you want to go to transfer points at the bottom, okay? To get the best value. Yeah?
That's only American Express.
Yeah, this is American Express, yeah. You do the same thing with Chase, but they have a different setup. I'm just showing the Amex one, but you can do the same thing to transfer partners. So then once you click that button, it's going to pop up like this, and these are all the travel partners, and then and also hotel partners. Hotel is pretty much the same thing, and you'll see like the how many points, or they call them different things for different companies, but you're going to want to enroll and get a flyer number for each of these that you plan on using, and then transferring the points over to them on their website. And it's pretty easy to do. But this is what you're going to want to get to on the Amex side to start finding flights. So like I said, British Airways, American Airlines, Emirates flies to Dubai, Avianca, that's to like Colombia, Peru, stuff like that. Aeromexico, self-explanatory to Mexico. But if you have a question about what partners they are, you can always Google it, you know. But
That's really good.
that's what that looks like. So transferring the points is going to be the best CCP for your thing. Okay. So
What was that last slide? What was that? We missed-
the last one,
what was it?
I was just going to, that's the detox I was going to give to everybody.
Oh, after.
The smoothie detox.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like when you, leading into like traveling and stuff, you want to be healthy, so do a detox and stuff.
Oh, that's a good point.
You know, you don't want to be sick, right? And you go on a trip, you don't want to be sick. So it's a good idea to do like a detox or be healthy at least a month before. So I'm giving everybody a free, I'm in a paid detox group.
Oh, cool.
Actually on school, on the school.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I paid for this this information, but I'm going to give it to everybody. It's a pretty detailed. It's a 10-day.
That's awesome.
Drinking a smoothie for 10 days.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to give that to everybody.
Appreciate that.
So yeah, well, like I said, I've been doing credit, having credit cards all my life. It's helped me get out of trouble. I've been arrested, have problems with the law in my 20s. Had to pay lawyers fuck tons of money just to stay out of jail, and I didn't have the cash. I was, broke. Had to use credit cards, and then then I travel. I like to started traveling considerably when I was. My first big trip was Australia. I actually got a visa. I was going to work there and live there for a year, and then I just came to love traveling and meeting new people and exploring different cultures and stuff. So it's allowed me to fund I haven't really had to have a boss in like 15 years, I've had jobs, I have people, I work for, but not like a long-term type boss telling me what to do every day and when to wake up. I'm an actor and trying to do that, and my other endeavors. I bought motorcycles with credit cards. I bought this MV Agusta, one of my dream bikes, with a credit card.
Fun.
Yeah, fun times.
It's in America?
This? Yeah.
That bike?
This is?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's Italian.
Italian bike?
MV Agusta.
And you bought it here?
Yeah.
That picture,
In Miami.
That picture?
It's Miami.
In Miami, okay. You still got that bike?
No, man.
Oh,
Got it during the pandemic, and I sold it after I was holding on to it, but I had shoulder surgery at the end of 2021, and then I ended up moving, and I couldn't really mess with it. I couldn't take it with me, and I needed the money at the time, and it's high maintenance too. It's a beast. I had fun with it though, but I've owned several bikes. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. Thailand pictures, Hong Kong, Dubai, my mugshot.
So let me ask you this. How do you get, because you definitely rented a room in another country for $15 a night. How do you even find that? Because there's no Airbnb $15 a night, dude.
Well, that one in particular, that's literally how much they cost. It's like a motel near the Amazon in Puyo.
Yeah.
But to do that,
Talk to us about
but to do something like that, you want to do the transfer partners, whether it's with Marriott or Hilton. But if you want to get something like that, that's going to be all local. That's nothing really to do necessarily with
but
credit card.
Where to start? What do I do? Google search $15 microtels in Cambodia? I don't even know what to look.
No, they're not going to be on there. You get off the bus or plane, and then you're there, bro.
Yeah. So this is good. No, this is really good. So literally, walk us through that. Walk us through your journey of getting off the plane, finding that place that you paid $15.
That one particular in Puyo, Ecuador.
That's great. Yeah.
Oh, I flew into Ecuador. I was planning. I went on an Amazon trip. Long story. I had been in contact with a girl who's actually an indigenous Amazon. We met like a year ago when I was in Ecuador, but didn't really meet in person. We met on a dating app.
Did you kiss?
Huh?
Did you kiss?
Have I kissed her? No, I haven't kissed her. No. Met her on a dating app.
You met the Amazon woman.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I was in Miami 2 months ago, and I was in contact with her. I was like, yeah, I want to go do the Amazon trip, and she's like, yeah, you're always welcome to come down here, and we'll get you in the. You can't just go there as a white guy, hop off a bus and do this. You have to have a guide, because there's also pirates in the Amazon, and they'll rob you, and kill you.
Oh, so
yeah.
I don't want to mess this up.
Yeah.
So you got to meet a hot Amazon woman.
Hot Amazon, Pocahontas.
First.
Yep.
Then say you want to come down and visit.
Yes.
And she's going to be your guide.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Exactly.
Okay. And then you get off the plane. She meets you. She says, "Hey, how's it going? Let's start here." Then where do you go?
We went into the Amazon
Into the Amazon.
Oh yeah.
Woods.
Deep in the Amazon. Yeah. Monkeys, waterfalls, everything. Mosquitoes.
So when you paid the $15 a night for the hotel,
That was in the city before the Amazon.
the city before,
It's called
who
Puyo.
else was staying in that hotel? What other kind of people? Was it
Just
people
me and
like
her. You mean in the room?
No, the actual building itself.
Oh, just local Ecuadorians, people that want to go down there,
So
yeah.
locals were paying $15 a night to stay at this place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And you didn't feel uncomfortable?
Me? No,
No.
no. No.
Let's go
Yeah.
Right?
this weekend.
I mean, seriously. How much was the flight
To Ecuador?
to Ecuador?
Get them from Miami, probably one-way flight, probably anywhere between 200 and 300, maybe 400.
So you paid 200 or 300, 400 max to go to the Amazon. You just gotta make
To Quito, yeah.
To Quito.
Yeah. And then I had to take a bus from Quito to the other city outside.
Okay.
And the bus trip is literally like $10.
$10.
Yeah. But I did have my drone stolen, so it's going to cost me over $1,200.
Don't bring your drone.
Yeah.
All right. Now what happens? Let's play it like this because this is really good. What happens if you don't have the attractive Amazon woman to help you? Would you do the trip still?
It's not a good idea to go into the Amazon where I went. You wouldn't know. There's literally signs. The tribes that you're not. If you're not in the tribe, you can't go past this point, or they can kill you.
Yeah. If you don't
And there's no laws.
know how to read those signs, you're done.
Yeah.
You make a mistake.
And you're going to have someone to take you there. It's not walking distance off the bus. It was
Right.
off the bus in this town, Puyo.
Yeah.
Then she called her friend, taxi in a car. We go down this dirt road for 20 miles.
Yeah.
Then you start seeing huts and, stuff like the tribe.
Yeah.
And then you just keep going down this road, and then eventually it kind of stops, and you get out, and then to get to the camp thing we stayed at was a canoe ride to get there.
Did you pay this girl money to be your guide?
I mean, I gave her money. I didn't have to, but yeah, I did.
Do you think simply going with,
Paid for her food. I paid for our hotel room and stuff like that. Yeah.
you think just going with a friend who's a native Spanish speaker would be good enough?
In the Amazon in particular, or just somewhere else?
Maybe not the Amazon, but like that trip, but maybe you don't go into the forest without a guide.
Yeah.
But-
Just in general, like say Latin, like Colombia, Peru, of course, to learn a little Spanish is a good idea.
Okay.
Or yes, have somebody, of course.
And those tribes, they don't speak Spanish, right?
No.
So they got their own.
Well, if they go into the city, if they were like they're more, what do you call it? Culture. No, what's the word for that?
Urbanized, civilized.
Yeah, civilized. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they might know that if they went like to spend 2 years in Quito, maybe they learn Spanish.
Yeah.
But some of them no.
Huh.
They stay out there. They're happy. Yeah. But yeah, they have their own language. The tribe Walroni
You
is what
gotta
the.
get one of the tribal, maybe not uncontact, but like super native, indigenous woman to convince like her tribe to maybe like, I don't know, marry me or something like that. What are the chances of that happening? What would I have to do?
It's possible. Yeah.
I don't think you want that change.
No, I don't think so either.
You want to live in the Amazon, or you want her to come back with you?
Oh, I don't know, man.
Once they come back to the U.S., they're ruined. They're corrupted.
I did not know that.
Yeah. They're best to leave the girls in their own country and you go see them, in my opinion.
Like the Amish.
Just in general, Latin America, Asian girls, yeah. Yeah. Asian, Latin America,
Oh, very good.
yeah.
And what else?
I think that's gonna
If you're done, I've got some questions that are.
Yeah, and all these I will get, these are credit repair letters, yeah.
Thank you.
So I will send that to people. This is for the debt. You can, if you have something in collections, there's a process that you can do to actually get that off and not pay them any money. Yeah, that's going to conclude it, guys. What's the questions?
Awesome.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
So
This is
I want
awesome.
to go into the business credit cards a little bit more. I'm just trying to envision what this is going to look like. So let's say I want to buy a business, right? Am I going to try and open a business credit card before or after I've bought the business and I've got a couple months of income already? What about opening multiple business credit cards so you have as much credit available as possible? And then are those only available to that business? Let's say I buy another business, or I buy like 3 to 5 small businesses that are each doing maybe 50 to 200 grand a year, right? So I want to buy like 3 or 4 or something like that. Would I open a business credit card for a parent company, or what does that look like?
Yeah, so you want to get them before, I would assume you want to have your own company, acquire another company?
I don't have any.
I don't know how you buy a company, to be honest with you. I've never actually looked into that. So you mean,
Well,
when you buy a company, do you buy that LLC or that EIN and?
So let's say I want to buy a small brick and mortar business. So I do like seller financing,
Okay,
where the owner just wants to retire. So they're selling it for $500,000, and then they just give it to me, and I pay them 500 grand over the course of 5 years. Right?
okay.
Well, I could use some capital to give that business a facelift to increase the revenue, right? Whether it's marketing dollars or a better sign, better facility, just improving the user experience, right? Yeah, should I just open up one credit card after I buy the business?
I think before, if you have the entity already established before, yeah.
No, I don't have it established.
Then they do? So you're buying that entity,
Yeah.
and that's going to be under you're going to be the owner of the company, yeah. Then after that, you want to start getting credit cards
Okay.
for that LLC, S Corp name.
And then let's say I buy another existing business. Same thing. I'm like trying to rinse and repeat, right?
Yeah.
Would I open another business credit card for that new business?
Yes.
Or would I just have a parent company and have credit cards for the parent company
No, you have to do a new one.
for each individual
Yes.
business?
Mhm.
Okay.
Because like I said, for each entity, you can have the Cash Inc. Unlimited, Cash Inc., the Inc. Cash, the Amex Plum, the Amex Business Cash, but it can't be a parent company.
Okay.
Yeah. They're going to need different EIN numbers. Unless it's a different EIN number, I don't know. Is the parent company different EIN number than the,
I don't know. We'll find out.
then no,
Yeah,
no.
I'll keep that in mind though.
But you'll need a different EIN number.
That makes sense.
And you can rinse, yeah, like I said, rinse and repeat that.
Fun fact,
Yeah.
nav.com, I think it's called, or dot org, I'm not sure. NAV is like Credit Karma, but for your business credit specifically. You ever hear that one?
No.
A buddy of mine told me not that long ago. I had no idea you could track your business credit score. I didn't even know businesses had credit scores. Nav.
Nav.com, yeah. I got to write that down, yeah.
Yeah. So Kyle, what got you so passionate in this space? Points, travel.
Like I said, just finding out about the points when I was in college, and I was able to see like, hey, my fraternity makes large purchases, like $2,000, $3,000 for a party. I could use my credit card, front them that, then get the cash paid off, obviously, and then I would be left with the points,
Yeah,
which are worth money.
it's awesome.
which points equal, and at the end of the day, that points equal money. Like we just said, a cent per point, you know, for traveling or buying stuff, you know. Pretty much that, and then just really needing it, because like I said, I've been through some rough patches, being arrested, being broke, no job, you know, high expensive, living in the most expensive cities and needing credit, you know, to live off credit cards for a few months and stuff, yeah. That's what kind of where I, you know, why I need credit and have used it, yeah.
Thank you so much for teaching us today.
No problem, yeah.
Crushed it. We crushed it. We got a ton of content today. 7 o'clock already.
Oh, yeah.
That was so
we went over, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Great.
cool.
Thanks, bro.
Right, cool.
Clap it up. Clap it up.